Today we are going to be learning about the depressing tragedy of Romeo and Juliet. As we all may know, this is a very popular play. Romeo and Juliet are two star-crossed lovers living in a very unfair world. At first sight, they fall in love with each other. Little did they know that their love is forbidden. You see, Romeo is a Montague and Juliet is a Capulet. The Montagues and Capulets have an ongoing feud, which lead to both characters dying in the end. To get a better feel, let's look at a character sketch. These sketches basically talk about how they affected the plot. Romeo went from having a small desire towards Rosaline to absolutely having a profound love for Juliet. Without this, the plot would have not been as extreme and as interesting as it was. Juliet went from such a sweet, innocent girl to a mature, independent woman. She sticks up for herself now and makes her own decisions. The plot would have not been the same if she did not change, because she would have then ended up with Paris and not Romeo. Without them, the plot doesn't go anywhere. For example, Juliet's parents pretty much disown her when she does not agree to marry Paris, and Romeo's emotional life is transformed by excitement and affection. Now, as far as characterization goes, you can absorb so much from it. Characterization and theme go together. Characterization is getting to know the character better and revealing the personality of the character. Themes are a life lesson, so if the reader knows how the character acts, then they will be able to easily determine a lesson for the plot. England had a great deal in common with 14th century Italy era in which the play takes place. In Elizabeth, England, there was a lot of violence and tragedy struck. The bubonic plague also made an appearance in 1348 and took out a lot of people. There was some political and religious power struggle as well. Understanding the time period gives the reader insight into how the story characters live. If you know information about the time period, chances are that you will be not as confused and you will understand why the author has a specific theme. Knowing the theme and the time can help you understand the character's point of view. So basically, if you know the time period, it will make sense on why the characters do some stuff they do. Love without boundaries is a theme that was developed because Romeo and Juliet would do anything that they could to be with each other without any boundaries. Fate over choice is a theme that was also developed in which they had no control on what they were doing and they were going to let fate take over them and make decisions. Individuals against society is when Juliet was forced to marry Paris when she didn't want to, because that's what was back in her day. Characterization was a big part in developing the theme, because if Juliet wouldn't have turned disobedient and mature, she would have never listened to Romeo and she would have married Paris instead.